teacher pulls you aside at pickup. Your child was an absolute angel today, helpful, focused, kind to every kid in the room. You walk to the car. You have been in the car for literally 45 seconds, and your child is on the floor crying because their snack is in the wrong container. And you are sitting there thinking, what is wrong with me? Why does everyone else get the easy version? Why do I get this? There is a name for what just happened. It comes from education research, and it completely reframes the moment. This series has been building to it. If this is your child, you have almost certainly had the same thought. They behave beautifully for the teacher, for the grandparents, for the babysitter, so I must be doing something wrong. Or they just don't respect me, or I have somehow created a child who reserves their worst self for the person who loves them most. None of that is what is happening. The American Academy of Pediatrics identifies after-school meltdowns as one of the most commonly misread behaviors in early childhood. What looks like disrespect or manipulation is actually a specific documented developmental pattern. And the most important thing I can tell you up front is that the fact that it happens with you and not with anyone else is the whole signal. The mechanism is called restraint collapse. Self-regulation is the ability to manage your emotions, impulses, and behavior. And in young children, it is not a personality trait. It is a neurological skill in active development. The prefrontal cortex, which handles self-control and emotional regulation, is not fully mature until the mid-20s. For a school-age child, every hour of the school day is a sustained workout for that developing system. Sit still, wait your turn, keep your feelings to yourself, follow the rules, don't react when the kid next to you takes your crayon. That is genuinely exhausting for a brain that is still building the equipment. Researchers and educators describe self-regulation capacity like a fuel tank with a fixed size. School draws on that tank continuously. By pickup, many children are running on empty. Now here is the part that changes everything. The moment your child sees you, specifically you, something happens that does not happen with the teacher, the carpool parent, or anyone else they held it together for all day. Their nervous system recognizes their safe person, and it exhales. The depletion that was being managed, suppressed, held in for 6 hours, releases. Not because they disrespect you, because their brain has classified you as the one person with whom it is safe to stop holding. This is what educators call restraint collapse. The day's accumulated self-regulation costs flooding out the moment safety is perceived. John Bowlby's attachment framework explains this exactly, and this episode is where all 7 parts of this series converge. In episodes 5 and 6, we looked at clinginess and regression as attachment signals, the child reaching toward their secure base under stress. Restraint collapse is the same mechanism operating at the end of a hard day. The behaviors that look like the worst behavior only come out with the attachment figure, the person the child's nervous system has classified as home. They do not do this with the teacher because the teacher is not the safe base. They do not do this with grandparents because grandparents are not the primary attachment figure. They save it for you because you are the person their brain has decided. This is the one I can fall apart with and still be okay. 0 to 3 describes this pattern explicitly, the most intense emotional expression directed at the primary caregiver as a feature of secure attachment, not a dysfunction. The meltdown in your car is the child's nervous system trusting you with what it could not show anyone else all day. That is not a consolation. That is the whole relationship working. One strategy, the research on restraint collapse consistently points to transition time, a deliberate low demands window between school and anything that requires the child's self-regulation. Resist the impulse to ask, how was your day the moment they get in the car? That question requires language and social performance from a brain that is completely depleted. What it actually asks is, do a few minutes of emotional work for me right now. Child therapist Ross Green and guidance from 0 to 3 point to the same practical move: snack, quiet, no big questions, no homework push for 15 to 20 minutes after pickup. You are not rewarding a meltdown. You are responding to a depleted nervous system by not making a withdrawal before the tank refills. That one shift, transition time first, everything else after, resolves most restraint collapse without any other intervention. If the after-school behavior is consistently severe, affecting the whole household, or not easing after a few weeks of this structure, your pediatrician is the right next conversation, not a sign of failure, the right and appropriate support. Back to the parking lot. Your child, who held it together for everyone else all day, is crying over the snack container 45 seconds after seeing you. That is restraint collapse. The depletion hitting zero exactly when the safe person arrives. It is not defiance. It is not a broken relationship. It is a child who's developing self-regulation, ran out during school, who trusts you with the release because you are home to them. The AAP in 0 to 3 both point to the same response. Low demands transition time before anything that asks more. 15 to 20 minutes of quiet lets the tank refill. If it is severe or not settling with consistent structure, talk to your pediatrician. You are not doing it wrong. You are the reason they can finally let go. That is the end of Why Kids Do That. All 7 episodes. From the sharing that isn't selfishness, to the hitting that isn't aggression, to the clinginess that is actually a secure attachment signal, to the regression that means the skill is still there, to the meltdown you get because you are trusted most. Every episode has been one idea. When you understand what behavior is communicating, everything shifts. Subscribe to catch what comes next on psychology and parenting. And thank you for watching.